We're going to do a little walkthrough here. We do save soundboards here in Chesterfield, Massachusetts. This is an original soundboard from a Mason & Hamlin 1912, a Model A. And right now we're putting the finish on. We gave it a wash coat last night of shellac, and today we're putting more shellac on, but with linseed oil this time. Basically a French polish finish, and we actually just begun. So it'll look a lot better in a little while. And what do we have here? Oh, let's see what this is. That's it's a little pattern maker that we fabricated to quickly determine if there's a curve in our soundboard or not. Let's check it out. There we go. And we took it out of the piano, laid it on the table, and we put it straight in there, and we can see the rise of the crown all the way to the end. And that's how we can determine if our soundboard is successful or not. The crown up here, from there, from the top, all the way to some there. This is the most important place to get a good crown in your piano. If you don't have it there, you got problems. Okay, here's another one. This is a 105B Chickering, 1890 something, 97 I think, or 1990 I think this piano. Yeah, it's 1890. 105B, and you can see the curvature in that bar is beautiful. And what we're going to do is pull this out here. Hey, could you want to do this? Pull this thing out here. Pattern maker. And again, this is our most important crown here section. And we go like that. You can see the curve. But what's really neat about this device is you can actually see a flat spot right here on each end. Maybe not so visible here, you have to put this on a table. But anyways, you can see where the curvature comes down here like this and actually goes to 90 degrees from here to here. That's where it's glued into the rim here. That's underneath this piece of wood. Comes out 90 degrees and begins to rise into a crown here, goes around and then back down flat. Anyways, lying underneath this 105B here, I want to show you the soundboard here. This is what it can look like. That's all original wood except for that little white strip. That's one of our shims. There is another shim there. It's not a shim. It's actually a board that we get from my board stock, and I will show you that in a minute. There's another one there. Buttons, original screws. Over here it's the same thing, and it's a little dirty. It was laying upside down and we were sanding it. So anyways. Oh yeah, number 24. We were in Holyoke and we just moved here to Chesterfield, Massachusetts. All right. And while the soundboard is out, it's a wonderful opportunity to finish all the beams down here with a little bit of shellac polish. You know, it's very easy. I forgot there's the serial number for this piano. That's when we pressed that soundboard, I think, 11215. I'm not sure. I think it was written underneath. Anyways, this is another one. 1863. Well, that soundboard sure is flat. I'd like to hear what this one would sound like, though. You know, it's about the same age of the building we're in. Huh. What do we got here? I think this is an 1876 Centennial. So I think it's one of the first years they made them. Anyways, we're going to do, we did the soundboard in this one too. And here's a reading of it. There we go. That's the curvature we have right there. It's easy. You put this on a table and you press down these little sticks here, and you can actually get a pencil mark, and you can see the curve and measure how high it is in the middle very easily. And it's very nice and round there. Here, let's take a reading here in the middle. No, just start pushing them down. And that's what we do. Push them all the way down until they touch. Now this board was very sad. Somebody went at it with I don't know what, horrible tools. They damaged the ribs below, and they must have had about 90 shims in this. They had shims on top of shims, and here's a board we had to put in here. All the way down. That's a long board. It's difficult to get those. 120-year-old, 130-year-old wood. All right, we're going to pull this out now and take a look at it. Whoa, look at that roundness in there. From here, you can see it goes back 90 degrees on the end. Way down the end there. You can't really see it very well, but you can. And it is summertime here in New England, and this, of course, will go down a little tiny bit come January. It goes up and down, up and down. Okay, could you get that thing out of there? Thank you. Now, once again, this is like a French polish finish, almost like a guitar finish. It's very acoustic, and that's all original stuff. Even the bridge pins are the original bridge pins. They were blued bridge pins. So what we do is we pull them all out, turn them upside down, and put them back in, because the part that's inside the wood isn't rusty, and they look perfect. I'm under the D here, the Centennial D, and it's the treble section, of course. We're able to get this finish on because the soundboard is out of the piano, and that was one of the main reasons I wanted to take them out to begin with. Now this is where they cut the ribs here. See, we had to put a patch on top of that rib to join it back together. This one too. And you can see where the shrinkage actually pulled those ribs apart. And we had to repair those. You see the little shim on top. That's actually pine, honey pine, or I got from some old soundboards. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure these are spruce up here when they start up here, one of these places. Right there, I think. Do you think that's a spruce one? It's a honey pine. I'm not sure. But we put them back anyways. That's the original ones. And there's all our nice little buttons. Original little buttons. And there we have it. What is it? Recrowned. I don't know what number that is. Number 21. Number 21. Holyoke, Mass. There's a pretty cool piano in there. And there's these bolts that guy was talking about on the Piano World. The bolt that goes through there, and I'm not sure if there's another one somewhere. I think so. There's two of those here. So, can't say we don't save old soundboards here in America. Okay, I told you we would investigate my lumber yard. And this is where I get my material to fix the soundboards that you saw down below, the Centennial, the Chickering. And these are soundboards from all different kinds of pianos, but the wood in this is absolutely beautiful, even in some of these cheaper upright pianos. And I have a lot. See? Here's a Mason and Hamlin upright right here that we junked. Now, these are beautiful to save because the spruce in them is thick. It's like almost 3/8, half an inch thick. And it's better to have it thicker than thinner when you're trying to place in a board in those soundboards that you saw. Okay, we'll go down there and take a look. All right, we're going to go downstairs here. We got 2 floors in this place. There's some more of my soundboard stuff down there. So we've been saving. This is my lumber yard, my raw materials. This was actually outside in the yard. Look at how thick it is. It's very thick. It's as thick as all the soundboards. Except Steinerts have some of the thickest soundboards I've ever seen. This is out of a real old Chickering. Old Chickering square grand we found in a barn. And this is from various pianos, Lesters, George Sticks, whatever. The most important part are these central pieces. If you want to have a cosmetically nice looking shim in your board, but we found out we can use this wood, and if it isn't long enough, we can just butt it end to end. See, this is a 1901 Krakauer. I mark them. Here's some of what you have to deal with when you get a soundboard out of the piano. It's curved for you already. But you know, if you take this finish off and you strip this finish off, this piece of wood will lay flatter. Alright, let's continue. Down here. So anyways, I have quite a stock of some really nice old upright and grand pianos. There's a German one in here somewhere, a Neufeld. And over here, that's some of my best stuff. This is the one we used to repair that Centennial. Believe it or not, it came out of a Steinert tone, 7'4", maybe 1908 something. Look at the length of that soundboard, and look at how thick it is. Now that's a thick soundboard. That's a ½ inch, 13 millimeters maybe, a little bit thicker than a ½ inch, and it's almost all the way down. It's good spruce. So I have a lot of it, and I can come up here and make selections as to what would match the soundboard best. The grains. Look at all the tight grains in this wood. It's unbelievable. That's beautiful stuff. So the color match and the grain configuration, and this one here is a little wider. So I just thought I'd show you this. Like I said, here in America, some of us are saving soundboards. Okay. These are the calls that we make to press these soundboards in. Yes, they're made out of MDF. They cut real easy. And they shape real easy. And here's the, you see, 90 degrees here. I shape them that way. I press them in the call that way for various reasons. But that's what I do. That's the way it's glued into the piano. This ends up 90 degrees. And this is the last one. This is rib number 13. So these are made one by one, and after they're attached to our press base, the soundboard press base, We shape them into a bowl with by hand with a abrasive like this into the dish, so that each one of them is beveled correctly to fit the face of the board. And we can save these, and we can actually make it a little deeper if we need and use these over again. Here's another set, or a Beckstein that we just did. That's actually, we delivered this, I don't know, last March, a year ago, I think. May 26, 15. That's when I pressed it. So that's it. Over here we have a couple of test panels. I think these are from the same Soundboard. No, this is an upright, I think, yeah. This is an upright, but, you know. This is the summertime, and it's that flat. It should be this round. And this is an exaggeration, because there's nothing to hold it from going up. But in the wintertime, come January, this goes down and loses 50% of that, if not more. But this is held up only by this piece of wood expanding in the moisture. And is it strong? Does it last? You can press it flat. What does that imitate the pressure of the stone bearing of the strings? I only weigh 160 pounds. So there it goes. Of course, it has nothing to hold it up on the ends, but this has been like this since like 2013. Well, 4 years ago we did this. It's just been hanging around. Oh, there, right there. July 1st, 2013. And I won't get into the details, but see what it says right there, flat pressed? Well, this one was not pressed into a dish. This one was. And look at this, it's the same. I'm a little bit baffled at that. We're going to have to run this experiment again.